What's up, guys? This is your boy Fred, man. Groundbreaking Events. We're at J Bella Studios, and I have my special guest today, DJ Sound Grate, Mr. Do It Everything, entertainment-wise. He can play all instruments. Is that a yes?
That's a no. Man, I was like, yeah, my hiatus, I went to learn all the instruments.
Well,
the piano, the guitar, the flutes, the woodwinds.
Well, with that being said, so going into the entertainment part, how did you get into music?
Funny story. Actually, as a graphic designer and photographer, I was following around Polo Don Red. At the time, they were Hood Boss Outlaws at the time.
Okay.
And follow him into a studio session, just filming the session and everything like that. But he happened to know that I could rap too. So he was like, get in the studio, and that's how it kind of happened from there. So we transitioned from Hood Boss Outlaws to Rags Rich's Records. So I became the third owner of Rags Rich's Records. So I was the media guy, the PR guy, the talk to everybody guy. So that's how I got into the music industry, simply from doing some camera work.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you started off with the camera.
I started with the camera.
And then you end up doing music.
I ended up doing music.
Wow.
So I followed him around pretty much the South, doing all my camera work, and then that's how I started networking with people on top of, taking pictures and doing interviews and just pretty much filming events and shows and stuff like that. And there I've been. Got 2 radio stations out of it.
Wow.
I ended up getting magazines and doing events myself, then booking artists and talents and booking venues until I got blessed with the DJ title because I had the radio station.
So you did everything your own? You booked everything your own?
What happened was I booked a studio session. It's a studio in Augusta called Post Studio with Abizo Beats, the legend.
Okay.
And one day I just had a bad studio session. You know what I mean? I went in there completely sober, no influences. I said, hey, I don't want to be the artist that blows up, but I need some sort of influence to get my talent out of me. So I went in there completely sober, no alcohol, nothing. I knocked one song out, but the other song I was struggling with.
Okay.
The first thing he said, why you come in here sober? If you need a little bit of liquor, that's what you need. I was like, nah, I got the talent in me. But from then, the young artist, that $60 at $120 for that studio session, that was everything. You feel me?
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
That was a lot. So to have a bad even though I knocked out one song, to me I still had a bad studio session.
Okay.
So I figured, let me go buy this equipment and teach myself how to use it.
Okay.
So that's how I became a producer. Because I'm not gonna sit here and pay you $120, $240. 360 and have bad studio sessions or have a gamble.
Yeah.
When I could spend that same amount of equipment and just spend my 10,000 hours learning how to use it myself.
So we talk to artists about investing into yourself, because that's what I hear right now. I hear you investing in yourself, you're learning stuff to be at the status you need to be in order to put the music out you want. So investment is a big thing for artists. So what is that? So
anything you do, especially when it comes to this, right? You say, I'm the artist. So now I've become an entrepreneur. I've become a brand. So I have to invest in my brand, because if I don't, nobody else will.
Okay.
So if I don't want me, why do you want me? If I don't think I'm Sugar Honey Iced Tea, you may think I'm Sugar Honey Iced Tea for the wrong reasons. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like you have to learn the fundamentals of the craft that you pursue. And if you don't, why are you doing it? Like we were talking about in our interview earlier. Are you doing it for the love of the art, for the love of the craft, for the love of the culture? Or are you doing it for clout and money?
It's real.
So for me, even at this level, I'm at a stage where anything I do now, I got to throw a lot of money at it.
Yeah.
Just because that's where I'm at. But the people I want to collab with, they've died. So it kind of sucks because I could have got famous a little earlier had I not been worried about other people.
Yeah.
Or trying to put other people on and bring other people with me. If I had just focused on myself, I won't be trying to do posthumous albums with people who've already passed, like MF Doom. You know what I mean? Yeah, Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. Daniel Dumile. But it's a big thing is you have to invest in yourself and invest in your craft. Because if you don't truly care about yourself and this art that you claim to be so passionate about, there's no point in it.
Yeah.
You're just doing it to do it. And everybody and their mama's doing it. Some people could just blow up tomorrow.
So, about the culture we got going on now, the goal, the objective is for people to know you. That is the objective.
That is the objective.
So,
but there's so many ways to do it.
What other ways can we look at it that's an investment into you, but also creating that atmosphere where you can succeed in hip-hop or music, period?
So the investment into yourself, besides financials and working on your craft as far as studying, write, rehearse, recite, which a lot of people don't do.
Media content,
promotional content, interviews such as this, photo shoots, also cross brands, cross deals, collaborations.
Mm-hmm.
You could always get on somebody else's platform or collaborate on a song, collaborate with clothing brands.
Okay.
Everybody and their mama got a clothing brand now. You could start a tea, a coffee. You could do so many different things for brand awareness and to invest in yourself on top of getting your own products.
So I just had an idea. You know how we have, I know we're going to spin off for just a quick second, but music and sports go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So, how can it be like an NIL deal for up-and-coming artists to get started, like a starting package? Do you think that's something that can be invested into up-and-coming artists, or something that they can prepare themselves to get into at a certain level?
The starter package as far as getting sports intertwined with music?
A starting package as in a music NIL deal.
Please elaborate. I'm a little ignorant at the moment.
So, like, we see these particular artists that's doing well in certain cities, right? Mm-hmm. And we see them getting notoriety from social media, but they don't necessarily have the backing to do a full campaign. You know, as far as like putting their music out there, getting everything published, doing music videos. What is something that we could do as like a starting package for some people that we see to get them on that platform?
Oh, that's simple. That's who you know.
Mm.
So, what I did for one of my singers was I wanted her to be in somebody's stadium.
Okay.
So what I started off with was a basketball league.
Okay.
And she sung the national anthem at that basketball league. Take that same footage, push it to the baseball stadium, local. They say yay, boom. Now she's singing there. And do it again somewhere else. It all starts small.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to find that little niche and start small and go from there. Like communication.
Okay.
That's one of the big things is communication. Just hit somebody up.
So a lot of people don't have that. A lot of artists don't understand the point of communicating with different people, like reaching out, cold calling people. Like, how do you even start that off?
Hi. So,
like,
I do want to say it is that simple to say how. So what an artist would do is they would make an EPK, their electronic press kit. That's what an EPK is. So with your presentation, it's usually a picture. Use usually a few pictures. It has your track listings. It has your links.
Okay.
And then when you send your email out, you send your email out with your songs, etc., and so forth with your EPK. So you're not just saying, "Hey, I'm this artist. Put me on your show." It's rude. Mm-hmm. I get those emails all the time.
Everybody gonna get that all the time.
Here's my music, play me on the radio. It's like, if you had the EPK, I would have more to work with.
Okay.
But it is that simple as saying, "Hey, my name is XYZ. I've reached this many people in this many states. These are my genres, and I feel that my brand will be conducive to work with your brand, and that we could work together to expound on this and create something magical together. Because you have to, it's give and take.
Another thing I'm looking at, so most artists, like we saying, reach out to these particular brands. Is there a niche that you need to already have as an artist so you know where to go? Like if you are a gamer, then you need to go to people that game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means you get different leads to support you in that area. So like, as an artist, how can you communicate that if you're from the hood, you never had a niche or you never thought you had a niche? How can you develop a niche to put yourself out there in front of somebody?
So you can go off the niche of the gimmick that I am from the hood, and that I've overcome these boundaries and obstacles, and this is what I've become.
Okay.
Or you could say, I'm hood rich. I'm that nigga. I'm the HNIC. I rep this block, and I'm doing it for my hood.
Okay.
So you could play it that way. But at the end of the day, whether it be the left hand or the right hand, you're still saying, I am this brand. I've come from this place. Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm about to go up here. You want to catch the wave while you can before you got to pay top dollar? Because either way it goes,
You still on?
I'm still saying the same thing in a different way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm still going to the top. You want to catch me while you can, or you want to pay top dollar? If I want to collaborate with your brand when I get to the top.
So now you're making the choices. That's a whole different situation. Okay.
So you don't come at them as if you're begging for their opportunity, and you're coming at them saying, "Hey, can I please get a piece?" or "Hey, look at me." It's like, no, I'm here in the room with you.
Yeah.
As your equal, regardless if you've been doing it longer, if you have more money than I do, if you're more established, doesn't matter. I'm in the same room with you now. You see me, I see you. I'm still going to the top. This is where you're at. We can partner now and create something magical, and when I go to the top, your brand will be from national to international.
Okay.
Or you could stay national at the entity that you are right now. And again, when I'm up there, I may look your way.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to belittle you or anything like that, but what I'm simply saying is that I'm very ambitious. I'm hungry. And I know where I'm going. I wanted to work with your brand because your brand represents XYZ, or I feel that I can relate to your brand. And that's why I really wanted to collab with you. Because I feel that our partnership will really help, and then your brand in my neighborhood can really do some things for kids like me. Photographer, I know so many people that want to do photography. And then you empathize and sympathize. Because, hey, remember when you were in my shoes so many years ago? Now here you are. Now here I am. Let's go up there together. If not, it was a pleasure meeting with you. Thank you very much for the opportunity. You know? But it's all about communication. It's never going to do anything thinking that somebody's going to say no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're still in that same room with them.
Yeah.
I made it this far. Imagine where I could keep going if I had a team.
Now, spelling on a team. so you are negotiating. You the artist. I mean, the artist is the brand, but then you gotta have people that put things in place to make sure the brand gets where the level need to be at. So how do you go around about picking your team? It's 2024 right now. Going 2025. What specialties are you looking for in people to keep you going?
So, what I need, well, I'm not even going to say what I need. I have most of that. What you would want to do is you want to find somebody that's already established in what they are doing. Going into 2025, especially if you're on a level close to mine or similar to. I'm not saying I'm the shit, but I work very hard, right? You want to find a marketing specialist, somebody that's plugged in with the radios, the television. You want to find a different marketing specialist that does physical flyers, banners, backdrops, tangible items that you can hand out to your people, your fans, your potential clients. Then you want to find another media specialist that maybe does USB drives, physical photos. Like I take your picture and print the photo out, I can sign it on the dot. CDs. I make sure I buy a car with a CD player because I know artists that still put the music out on CDs. You go to the flea markets, the malls. Hey, listen to my CD. Here's $5, bro. I carry a certain amount of money because I'm always rugging into an artist just so I could buy their CD and play it in my car.
That's something different now because
I was that artist.
Oh, okay.
I was a backpack rapper at the time. You feel me? I had CDs. I had a CD burner. I was burning different CDs and, hey, buy my CD, or I'll go to a place, or I'll go have a show and like, okay, when I get off the stage, come meet me at the booth and buy my CD. There's still people out there like that. Because there's still records being sold in stores.
There are. There's still records being sold in stores. And we got one in Riverdale that's really, really good.
So if I can make sure as a DJ that I cannot miss an opportunity to get the next DaBaby or Prince or Michael Jackson or Young Jeezy, Tyler, I might miss that opportunity because, oh man, I even hear song. I ain't got a CD player. I don't want that. It could be a hit on there. It could be a jam on there. It could be a bop. You feel me? And I'm gonna miss out because I don't do that. And when it comes to events, like we have a venue now in Augusta called Gemma Moments. It used to be called Some Young Ho. And every Saturday we're gonna start doing day parties.
Okay.
So each different Saturday on the day party, they have a different theme. So the first one's going to be a 90s party.
So before we jump into that, tell us how you got into this event center business and where it started off from.
So that goes back to Rags to Riches Records. We had an extensive roster, and I was working with Sweet Auburn, Ultra League Radio, and then I was working with Rion Radio out of New York.
Okay.
So it was pretty much a battle between Ultra League Radio and Rion Radio. I ended up going with Rion Radio because, I just love New York, right? But with the record label coupled with the radio station, now I had an outlet for the songs to go. It was an international radio station, hitting everybody, magazines and parties. So how can I, as a label owner, producer, photographer, filmmaker, graphic designer, how do I get the artist off of paper from the internet to a venue and get people to come see these artists that I'm promoting? Mm-hmm. So there was a club in Augusta called Icons.
Okay.
And I started booking there because when they first opened, they needed a promoter. So that's how I got into promotion, from the record label. So I got with Icon Sports Bar and Grill, and every week for like 3 years we would do events. And then I get from one venue to the next until I eventually partnered with the Beckplex. And that was like half a Kmart.
Oh man.
So we ended up having the event center. I was the media marketing specialist and outreach community director for the Beckplex. And this facility was so large, we were doing the Black Wall Street thing, mm-hmm. on top of having an actual event center that is so large you could do, you could hold up to 1,000 people in there to do events. Okay. So it could be, I apologize, it's a little late. I had a long day. But you could do conventions. It's pretty much a convention center. So what we were working to do is, instead of you going to the Marriott or renting out an auditorium from the city for a fraction of the price, you could come work with us But since we are the little guy, even though we had a large venue, we work with you. So we're also promoting your event on TV and radio because we care. We want you to succeed. So we did all kinds of music events. We had the Black Chamber of Commerce in there, a few Christian radio stations. We had Child City of Refuge Youth Development. So we had mental health specialists in there and family counseling specialists because we cared about the community. So we had everything and then some. But that's how I got into that. And
what's the name of the event center?
It's the Beckplex, the Business Entertainment Conference Complex.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the name of the event center. We're closed now after 7 years. So we're moving on to new things, new ventures. Like I said, we got the Saturday day parties, but we're moving into larger things as far as festivals and everything. But that's why I'm up here in Atlanta now.
Okay.
Because that center's closed down. The business isn't closed, just the center itself.
So what's your expectations since you were in the city?
Well, reconnect with everybody because it's been a while. Hey guys. But it's pretty much to do music correctly, the right way.
Okay.
Because so many people jump into it and, oh, I'm on iTunes, I'm on Spotify, and they skip all the steps. They go to record the music and release the music, and they skip all the steps. And then they end up leaving so much money on the table. And the publishing companies only keep that money for X amount of years until it just disappears. So you have so many artists spending hundreds and thousands of their hard-earned money, and they don't even give a dime of it back because they're missing steps and they don't know. So as far as artists goes, I want to bring back artist development. I want to focus on myself, do my acting thing, you know what I mean, get my music out there, but for those artists that still do need help and still are willing to listen, I would love to be that person to be here to help and guide them. Okay. But besides that,
so do you plan on partnering with different independent labels or
different labels, different independent artists, but the main goal is pretty much to go back to being one of the best photographers and get back into my photography, international, getting published in different magazines until I make my own magazine again. That was my goal before I slowed down. And then get back into filmmaking. Because when I started my first film, it was a zombie movie. And then COVID happened.
All right, so let's I'm taking a quick one from one of the people I'll be listening. Let's put a pin in that. So, going back to, you got 3 different things you're looking at doing. So, you're looking into going to photography as an actual career. Going into acting and directing. And also arts development probably later on, right? Yeah, so
because I'm a multimedia specialist.
Okay.
So I throughout my career and my life, why you do so much? You're over here, you're over there. It's like I'm doing one thing. I'm a multimedia specialist. I'm doing art. The music that I make or the music that I record for other artists gets placed into movies, films, video games. Right? Somebody has to publish that to get it there. Somebody has to record the movie. Somebody has to take the picture and do the graphic art for the movie, for the poster. I don't have to be each person. I just happen to know how to do that. You know?
Alright, I mean,
yeah.
Hey.
So if somebody, I call somebody to do a job and then they leave me at the wayside, I don't have to go waste $300, $400 more dollars to do it myself.
Because you already know how to do it.
Because I already know how to do it. And as far as finding a teammate or team member who is dedicated to the cause and not the funding, can I depend on you 24/7 every day? Or you got your own thing you got to do?
Now, working with some people in your team may be those artists as well. So how do you lead the team and also progress the team at the same time? How?
You make, well, the first thing is communication.
Okay, we going back to communication.
Everything is based on communication. You want to make sure everybody's goals are aligned.
Okay.
So the first thing is first, you sit down at a table, mafia style, however you want to do it, conference table.
Interview.
Either way, you want to find out about each other.
Yeah.
Who are you? What are you about? What are you really about?
Yeah.
BS aside, artist name aside, fame aside, brand aside, who are you and what are you about? If I call you to show up, are you going to be there on time? You're going to be late? You're not going to show up at all? If you don't, you going to let me know why? Right? And then, what are your goals?
Mm-hmm.
What's your purpose? What's your reason? What have you done so far to get to your goals, your purpose, and your reason? What are you going to continue to do to further yourself? And when you lay those things out on the table, okay, you need to do graphics. You need more PR. You need more collaborations. Okay, well, this guy's doing that. This girl's doing this. This person knows this person at this venue. We have this cookout. We have these food trucks. Hey, buddy over there, he's doing a movie in 3 weeks. Let's get you guys in there. So you all collab together to go towards the end goal.
Yeah.
But you have to make sure you guys wash each other's hands.
Yeah.
And iron sharpens iron. If I can't help you and you can't help me, but we're just in this room together, what's the point? Where does this go? After this interview comes out, it's just going to be, oh, thanks for the interview. Or am I going to share it every single way for a quarter?
Mm-hmm.
Until I get another interview? Am I going to try to get this on many platforms and websites as possible to say, hey, no, I'm not just getting interviewed. It's not just look at me. It's Fred from Groundbreaking Entertainment. Gave me the opportunity and the chance to be on his platform from Jonesboro, Georgia, and this particular beauty parlor. So now I shout you out, I shout out her beauty parlor, and I say all this was together because these brands collaborated together to make this end result, which is this video, to display to the people, the clients, the public, the fans.
And that's important because sometimes we get something and then we just put it out there and just keep moving. And after that,
this is art.
You can use every part of this interview and build content off of it. You can spice things together. You can add more context to something by using another video, just like the motivation videos people do. So you continue to expunge on it until people see it, because the assumption is that once you put it on Instagram, eventually somebody will see it. But everybody in your timeline that's your friend that already know you, they've seen it, they're gonna scroll right past it.
Gotta be like Rick Ross.
You
gotta be like Rick.
That's
be like Ross, man.
True hustler.
I don't know if
Very ambitious.
I ain't watch it. I saw it was you. I liked it.
Yeah, comment.
I liked it. I commented 5. I put an emoji in there and I kept scrolling. I know what you was talking about, but I liked it because it was you.
That's so real though. That's so real because you don't got a lot of time. But I do have time where I can say and I can comment on something you done because it's still part of the algorithm.
Exactly.
You know, I'm still supporting you either way it go.
And then I'm going to see it again because I liked it and shared it in the algorithm that gives me another one. And just go from there. I used to have, whether it be my artist friends or other artists that I work with, they'd be like, hey, did you see my new video? I was like, yeah, I subscribed to you years ago. Anytime you do something, I get a notification and I watch it. Did you see my comment?